Welcome back, hockey fans, to the O Hockey Show. Now today, we are talking about the Boston Bruins and who their best player is. Now, I have gone over the Ducks. Now, for the Ducks, there's no one that you're going to really pick over Trevor Zegras, right? Sure, Troy Terry led the team in points, but he only beat Trevor Zegras by 6 points last year, right? No one's going to pick him over Trevor Zegras any day of the week. Now, also with the Coyotes, no one's gonna pick anyone else above Clayton Clutch Keller. No one's gonna pick anyone. You're not gonna pick Schmaltz. You're not gonna pick Chychrun. You're not gonna pick Krause. There's just no other options. You're gonna pick Clayton Keller. Now, for the Boston Bruins, this is the first team I've run into where I'm like, I don't know who to pick. I just don't know. So, for the Bruins here, we have, of course, let's start off with the obvious person to start with, leading the team in points, Brad the Rat Marchand. So, Marchand, of course, leading 80 points, 32 goals, 48 assists. He's always been like the skilled player of the team, I would say. That's how I've always thought about it, is that he's kind of like their Patrick Kane, where in their decade of dominance, he's the tricky one, you know? He's the hands, he's the shot, he's the skill player, right? And that's how I think everyone could agree to that. And that's how I've always thought about it. But the thing about him, about Marchand, 32 goals, 48 assists, is that the man right behind him, David Pastrnak, I would say with his 40 goals and 77 points, that it's so hard for me to choose between those two guys. Because do you value David Pastrnak's 40 goals more than Brad Marchand's 32 goals, but he has 3 more points while Pastrnak has 3 less points? You see what I'm saying? What do you value more? Do you value those 3 more assists Brad Marchand gets than, well, you got a lot more assists, but you get what I'm saying. The 3 more points that he makes in assists, or do you have David Pastrnak's 8 more goals? And in the past seasons, Pastrnak has also gotten more goals than Brad Marchand. So obviously, I feel like the question there is, what do you value more there? But then you also got to think, does Pastrnak get to those 40 goals without the help of Marchand? Of course, their centerman, Patrice Bergeron, who has 65 points. Now, I don't think you can really make a claim for Patrice Bergeron being the best player on the Bruins anymore. Of course, a few years ago and beyond, you could say Bergeron was their best player. But for this season, 65 points last year, plus 26, of course, always is great. But 12 points behind Pastrnak and 15 behind Marchand. I just don't really think you can make a claim for him being the best player anymore. Not anymore. But his plus 26 made me think about something in particular, which is that Patrice Bergeron is helped by the fact that he's got the best tandem of goaltenders in the entire NHL right behind him. So, Richard Swayman. It's not Richard. I don't know why. I think his goddamn name is Richard Swayman. It's not Richard. It's Jeremy. But is that a person? Is Richard Swayman a person? Tell me down below. Is Richard Swayman a person? Because I swear it is. Because every time I think of Swayman, it's Richard. And I have no idea why. I think it's a singer or something. But Jeremy Swayman and Linus Ullmark in the back both were in the top 10 of goals against and save percentage, which is insane. So that really helps the fact that Patrice Bergeron, or at the same time, are those two guys helped by the fact that they have Patrice Bergeron and, of course, Charlie Mcavoy in front of them and other defensemen, but whatever, it's behind them. Now, of course, I don't think you can say Swayman or Ullmark are the best players on this team, or single-handedly one of them. You just can't. There's no way. But I feel like on any other team, if you had that type of numbers on, say, the Coyotes, or you could say maybe like the Devils or something, you could make a claim for maybe one of them or something, but probably not. But anyways, that's just something to point out that I wanted to say. Now, also, while making these names, I was like, man, this is insane, because at one point, you could single-handedly say that the best guy for at least a season in the league was Taylor the Beast Hall. Now, it's crazy to me to think that someone like his prowess went from winning the Hart Trophy 4 years. If you told me 4 years ago that Taylor Hall would now be on the Boston Bruins but be getting less points than Patrice Bergeron, Pastrnak, and Marchand, I would laugh. But here we are. Now, I think the thing about Hall is that obviously, going off of last year, you can't say he's Boston's best player. There's no way. But the way I think about it is that he could easily turn on that mode again and get back to that point to make claim once again for that prize. And I think he could do that. I think Taylor Hall, you can write him off right now, but he could easily be the dark horse candidate to become the 100 points player. So that's kind. I feel like I don't see Marchand or Pastrnak getting to 100 points, but I could see Taylor Hall getting there. You know what I mean? That's just kind of the way I think about it. So Hall is kind of a dark horse candidate. Now, of course, I have to include a defenseman. And Charlie McAvoy, I've always never really been the biggest fan of. I'll just say it. I've never really thought that he was the best thing ever, and I don't think anyone did. But I feel like he did get written and talked a little bit more about than I think he should. I feel like he's kind of smoothed out now. But I don't think he's the best player. He's their best defenseman, but I don't think he's their best player. 56 points. He was a plus 36. I feel like all that stuff you could say is better. You can say Patrice Bergeron is better at than him. Well, kind of. Anyways, not what I'm trying to say. So for me, I still feel like it's a real debate between, of course, the top candidates, Marchand, Pastrnak. I feel like looking at those two guys, you can wipe out Bergeron just now. I feel like this last season and recent past, he would be the number one, but not anymore. So you can write off Bergeron, and I feel like Taylor Hall is kind of the dark horse candidate. For me, you could probably wipe out McAvoy, Swayman and Olmark, and probably Bergeron. So for me, between Marchand, Pastrnak, and Taylor Hall, who do I think is the best player out of them? Taylor Hall probably has the best ceiling, but just being on the Bruins in the last few seasons going off of, I really feel like he can't really make claim to that. I feel like he has the highest potential, but he's playing at this level. So for me, it's between Marchand and Pastrnak. And I actually have taken a couple takes to make this video, and I sided with Pastrnak, but once I got to the end, I was like, hold on. There's no way. If I was to pick someone to go on the ice, if I was the Bruins coach, and I'm like, which of these guys is going to save us from losing this game? We got to score this one goal to get us into overtime. Who is it going to be? And I feel like the best person on the ice to get that job done is Brad Marchand. There's no other way he gets the golden star of approval for me here today. I don't think there's anyone. It's a real debate, and Pastrnak. I think the thing is about Marchand is not only can he go and score that goal you need, but he could also make that move to get around and give the puck to Pastrnak to put it in. He's the guy that you're going to get either set up by or he could score the goal. And I feel like that is why Marchand is the best. It's not because he leads in points. I value goals more, but I feel like Marchand is the perfect mix of he can score you the goal or he can give you the puck and score. And that's what I feel about Brad Marchand, is that he can get the job done. And Brad Marchand is the best player on the Boston Bruins. Beantown Boys themselves. Marchand is the best, and I don't think you can really dispute that. You can dispute that he's not the best goal scorer, but I feel like Marchand's the best. So, tell me all about how wrong I am down below in the comments section. Please pick up your free subscription by hitting that red subscribe button. If you like this video, leave a like and a dislike down below and tell me how wrong I am. Who is the best player according to you? Who do you think it is? Who do you think? It's probably Pastrnak. You probably might still say McAvoy. I wouldn't be surprised if you even said Taylor Hall. And it's weird because I don't think anyone's going to say Bergeron. But that's all I have to say about the Boston Bruins for today. Until next time, I have been the dapperly dressed Owen. Too sweet. And ta-ta for now.